I'm vengeance.
Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne did something with grief that most people never figure out. He didn't try to heal from it, he weaponized it. And psychology has a name for exactly what that is, and the moment you see it, it's going to completely change how you think about the hardest thing you've ever been through. There are 3 specific moments in The Batman where you can watch this process happening in front of you. By the end of this video, you're going to recognize at least one of them from your own life. Here's what makes this version of Batman unlike any that came before. Every other Bruce Wayne we've seen is already finished. Bale is a master. Keaton is a legend. Even in the animated series, Batman operates from total control. He's already become what he set out to be. Pattinson's Bruce is 2 years in, still failing, still bleeding. He goes home most nights having done something violent in the dark, scribbles in a journal no one will read, and wears the suit as much for himself as for Gotham. And that's exactly what makes this the most psychologically fascinating version ever put on screen. Because we don't see the finished product, we see the construction. A human being in real time deciding what to build out of the worst thing that ever happened to him. Not recover from it, not move past it, build with it. The film opens on Bruce narrating straight into camera, and what he says isn't dialogue, it's a declaration. I am the shadows. I am vengeance. That's not a man describing what he does. That's a man telling you with complete precision what he decided his pain was for. Here's what nobody explains about why that works. The framework. In the 1990s, psychologists Richard Tedeschi and Lawrence Calhoun studied survivors, people who had lost everything, and found something nobody expected. A specific group didn't just recover, they transformed. Not back to who they were before the worst happened, into something that would never have been possible without it. They called it post-traumatic growth. And here's the one distinction that matters. PTG is not healing. Healing is when the pain goes away. PTG is when you stop waiting for the pain to go away and you start asking one completely different question. Not when does this end, but what is this for? You've seen this. The person who got fired and came back with something better. The one who came out of the relationship that nearly ended them and finally knew exactly what they were worth. Not despite what broke them, because of it. Pattinson's Batman follows this blueprint in real time, on screen. 3 moments. Let me show you all 3. The film opens on surveillance footage, Bruce watching Gotham from above, then his voiceover narrating into his journal. Watch that scene for what it actually is. Not atmosphere, not character flavor. Bruce Wayne is constructing his identity on purpose, every night, in writing, out loud to himself. He is deciding who he is in the aftermath of losing everything. Psychologists call this purposeful identity construction, the first marker of PTG. And it's the rarest one because most people, when the story they had about themselves gets destroyed, do one thing. They wait. They wait for a new story to arrive, for someone to tell them who they are now, for the pain to lift enough that they can think clearly again. Pattinson's Bruce doesn't wait. He writes it, word by word, night by night, with complete deliberateness. Bruce Wayne lost his parents at 8 years old. In 30 seconds in that alley, the entire story he'd been handed, son, heir, protected, loved, was gone. So he sat down and wrote a new one. That's not brooding. That's one of the most proactive decisions a human being can make. Now here's the question that makes this personal. When the version of yourself you'd built around something, a relationship, a path, a belief about who you were, when that collapsed, did you write a new story, or are you still waiting for one to arrive? Because Bruce Wayne didn't wait, and that's the foundation everything else is built on. About 40 minutes into the film, Batman interrogates the Penguin. No weapons, no rage, no explosion of violence, just presence, stillness, and a voice that makes the room feel 3 degrees colder. He dismantles the man's defenses in under 3 minutes. Watch that scene carefully because what you're seeing isn't aggression, it's precision. Every word placed, every pause engineered, Every micro shift in tone calculated to produce a specific response in the man across from him. He is not losing control. He is wielding it like a surgeon. What you're watching is what psychologists call affect regulation through channeling. He took the most destructive energy a human being can carry, grief, rage, years of fury with nowhere rational to go, and trained it into something with a direction. He aimed it. And this is where the trap most people fall into completely dissolves. Most people think preparation means waiting until you feel ready, until the pain fades, until conditions improve. Bruce Wayne did something categorically different. He didn't train to stop feeling the grief. He trained so that when it arrived, when the pressure came, he wouldn't be reactive. He built the container before he needed it, so the energy had somewhere to go that wasn't destruction. Is your anger driving you, or are you driving your anger? Because if you don't give your pain a direction, it will find one on its own, and it will take you somewhere you didn't choose. That question is worth sitting with before we get to the third moment, because the third one is where it gets uncomfortable. Batman had the wrong read. The entire film, he had it wrong. The Riddler wasn't just targeting corrupt institutions, he was targeting Gotham itself, inspired in his own fractured logic by Batman, by vengeance, by the idea that what this city needed was destruction dressed up as justice. And then he says it directly to Bruce's face. I'm just doing what you did. That isn't mockery, that's a mirror. In that one sentence, the Riddler dismantles Bruce Wayne's entire architecture, because Bruce realizes, standing in the rubble with the symbol he built pointed back at him like a weapon, that being vengeance was just a sophisticated way of staying in the alley. He turned his pain into a direction, but he'd aimed it wrong. And now watch what happens next. Not collapse, not paralysis, a rewrite. He stops being the thing that frightens Gotham. In the flood, in the rubble, with nothing left of the plan, he becomes the light that leads people through it. That is the third marker of PTG completing its arc on screen. Purpose rebuilt, not away from the wound, through it and out the other side into something true. Let that land for a second. The thing Bruce Wayne built his entire identity around turned out to be the wrong answer. And instead of being undone by that, he pivoted in real time, in the rubble of his own certainty. If you've ever had the thing you were most sure about turn out to be wrong and had to decide who you were on the other side of that, you already know exactly how that scene feels. Remember at the start, I said Bruce Wayne stopped trying to heal and started asking what his pain was for. Here's what that actually means. Most people who go through something genuinely hard end up in one of two places. They spend years trying to get back to who they were before, chasing a version of themselves that no longer exists. Or they let what happened become their whole identity, carrying it everywhere, defined by it, unable to imagine themselves without it. PTG is neither of those. It's the decision, and this is the critical part, it is a decision, to ask what the hard thing was for, not why it happened, what it was for. 3 questions. I want you to actually sit with these. Have you rewritten who you are around something hard deliberately, the way Bruce sits down with his journal every night? Or are you still waiting for a new version of yourself to arrive? Is your anger driving you, or are you driving your anger? Because the difference between those two things is the difference between the person who gets consumed and the person who builds something that couldn't have been built any other way. And have you ever been in the rubble of something you thought was your whole identity and found something truer underneath it? That's where PTG lives, not in getting over it, in what you find when you stop trying to get over it and start asking what you're supposed to build instead. Bruce Wayne didn't become Batman because he was exceptional. He became Batman because he made one decision, that the worst night of his life was not going to be the final word on who he was. It was going to be the first material. That decision is available to you right now. So here's what I want you to leave in the comments. Pattinson's Batman is still building, still in the construction phase. And psychology says the most dangerous moment in post-traumatic growth isn't the hard thing itself. It's when the pain stops driving you, when you get comfortable, when the urgency fades, when you stop asking what it was for. So tell me, is a Batman who fully heals still Batman? Or does the wound need to stay open, just enough, for the whole system to keep working? No right answer. That's exactly why I want yours. And if this landed somewhere real, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is on this channel. Because if Batman is what happens when you turn grief into a weapon, Spider-Man is what happens when you try to turn it into a shield. Same wound, opposite outcome. That one's waiting for you.
I have to become more.